If you clicked on this video, chances are you've been struggling with laziness. You wake up, you scroll your phone, hours go by, and suddenly the day is gone. And then you feel guilty. You tell yourself, tomorrow I'll start, but tomorrow comes, and the same thing happens. I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself, how many times have you promised yourself you'll change, and then you didn't? Don't worry, you're not alone. Millions of people are trapped in the same cycle. But here's the truth. Laziness is not your identity. It's not who you are. It's just a habit, a pattern you've trained your brain to follow. And the good news is, if you trained yourself to be lazy, you can also train yourself to be unstoppable. This video is not about feel-good quotes. It's not about fake motivation that fades in 2 hours. This is about rewiring your mind, building discipline, and taking back control over your life. If you're ready to stop wasting your potential, then keep watching. Because what you'll hear today might just be the turning point you've been waiting for. Chapter 1: The Trap of Laziness. We all know the trap of laziness. You plan to work, but instead you scroll, watch, or sleep. Laziness feels easy because the brain chooses comfort over effort. Each time you avoid tasks, you teach yourself, I can't handle discomfort. Soon, it becomes habit. Laziness steals time silently, turning days into months of regret. Remember, it's not who you are. It's only a pattern. Take one small step. Act now and break free. Laziness looks harmless at first. You skip one task, you delay one plan. You say, I'll do it later. It feels small, almost invisible, but that small decision carries weight. It is not just about skipping work. It is about teaching your brain to accept weakness. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you build a habit of surrender. Habits shape character, and character builds destiny. Imagine this. You wake up with a list of things to do. Maybe it's studying, writing, or exercising. You tell yourself you'll start after checking your phone for a few minutes. Minutes turn into hours. By the time you notice, the sun is gone. You feel guilty, but instead of fixing it, you watch another video or take another nap. Laziness becomes your master, while you quietly serve. The danger of laziness is not in what you feel today, but in what it steals tomorrow. Each moment wasted is potential lost. Opportunities don't wait. Skills fade without practice. Time, once gone, never returns. You might think you only lost one afternoon, but in reality, you lost a piece of your future. Laziness is not just rest. It is silent destruction, slow but deadly. At the core of laziness lies fear. Fear of pain, fear of boredom, fear of failure. Work is uncomfortable, so the brain runs to distraction. Social media, food, games, they all promise quick pleasure. Dopamine rewards the escape, making it harder to resist next time. Soon, the brain prefers comfort over growth, distraction over discipline. What started as a choice becomes a prison. The scariest part? Laziness feels safe. It whispers lies. You deserve a break. You work better under pressure. There's still time tomorrow. Those lies give comfort, but they chain you down. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And one day, you wake up realizing you are far behind. Dreams expire quietly. Regret grows loudly. Safety turns into a trap. Society often laughs at laziness, turning it into a meme or a joke. I'm lazy but cute, or procrastination is my talent. It sounds funny, but the truth is darker. Behind the jokes hides wasted potential, missed chances, broken confidence. The person who jokes about being lazy may be smiling outside, but inside they are frustrated. angry at themselves, unable to escape the loop. The cycle of laziness is simple. Avoid work, feel guilty, escape guilt with more laziness. It repeats endlessly. Guilt becomes heavy, but instead of pushing you to act, it pushes you deeper into comfort. The brain hates discomfort, and guilt is uncomfortable, so you escape again. Each round of the cycle makes you weaker, until you no longer trust yourself to start. Another hidden face of laziness is perfectionism. Many people think, I'm not lazy, I just want the right moment. But waiting for the perfect mood, perfect plan, or perfect timing is just another excuse. Perfection hides fear. It convinces you to delay action, pretending it's preparation. But nothing grows in waiting. Progress comes from doing, not from dreaming of flawless conditions. The enemy of laziness is not motivation. Motivation is temporary, a spark that dies quickly. What kills laziness is action. Even the smallest action breaks the chain. If you write one sentence, you often write two. If you start one push-up, you often finish 10. Action creates momentum, and momentum destroys laziness. Waiting for motivation only feeds the trap. Think of laziness as a thief. Every day, it steals from you time, energy, health, confidence, opportunities. The worst part is that the theft is silent. You don't hear alarms. You don't feel immediate pain. Only after years do you see the damage. The job you never got, the body you never built, the dreams you never chased. Laziness is theft disguised as comfort. One small decision can change everything. When you choose to stand up instead of lying down, to open a book instead of a phone, to take one step instead of zero, that choice is a seed. A single seed can grow into a habit, and a habit can transform your life. The cure for laziness is not a miracle, but a series of tiny, consistent choices. But beware, laziness is patient. If you beat it once, it waits for the next chance. That's why discipline is stronger than motivation. Discipline means you act regardless of how you feel. Feel tired, still act. Feel bored, still act. Discipline builds armor against laziness. Over time, discipline becomes automatic, and laziness loses power. Action becomes your default state. Many people think laziness is about being weak, but often it comes from being afraid. Afraid of failing, afraid of judgment, afraid of effort without reward. Laziness hides fear behind comfort. But the truth is, failure is not the end, it is training. Judgment fades quickly. Effort always pays in growth. Facing fear with action is the only way to escape. Ask yourself, how many dreams have you delayed because of laziness? How many projects are unfinished? How many skills never mastered? How many chances missed? Each one is a graveyard of what could have been. Laziness buries dreams quietly. But here's the good news. The future is not buried yet. Today, you can choose differently. Today, you can act. The story of laziness always ends the same: regret. No one lies on their deathbed saying, I'm glad I wasted so much time. They regret the books they didn't write, the goals they didn't chase, the lives they didn't touch. Regret is heavy, heavier than any work you avoided. Laziness trades light effort today for unbearable regret tomorrow. The good news is, laziness can be defeated. You are not doomed. It is not your identity, just a habit. Habits can be broken. Replace laziness with discipline. Replace comfort with purpose. Replace distraction with focus. Step by step, you build a new you. One who doesn't hide from effort, but runs toward it, because effort is the path to growth. Start small. Choose one action, no matter how tiny. Read one page. Do one push-up. Write one sentence. The size doesn't matter. The act matters. Small victories build confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Soon, you move naturally, and laziness no longer feels powerful. You realize the truth. Laziness only had the power you gave it. Once you move, it dies. Your life is a story, and every action writes a line. Laziness writes blank pages, empty chapters, wasted opportunities. But action writes adventure, growth, meaning you are the author. You choose which story to live. Each day, you decide whether laziness holds the pen or you do. And if you choose action today, you change the ending tomorrow. Never underestimate the danger of laziness. It is not a small flaw. It is a slow poison. It kills silently, and by the time you notice, it may be too late. That is why awareness is the first step. See laziness as the enemy, not a friend. Stop protecting it with jokes or excuses. Call it out, fight it, and replace it with effort. The trap of laziness is real, but so is the power of choice. You hold the power to break free. Every action, no matter how small, chips away at the chains. Do not wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is another trap. Choose today. Start now. Move forward. Laziness dies in the presence of movement, and movement is in your hands. Chapter 2: The Hidden Cost of Laziness. Laziness often looks harmless on the surface. We say, I will do it tomorrow, and then relax. But tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes next year. Slowly, opportunities slip away. Every delayed action builds invisible walls between us and our goals. The cost is not just lost time, but also lost confidence. Each day wasted makes us believe we are less capable than we really are. The hidden cost of laziness is regret. Think about how many times you said, if only I had started earlier. Laziness tricks you with comfort now, but steals satisfaction later. Regret is heavy because it cannot be undone. You can never go back and recover that hour, that chance, or that season. Laziness is like a silent thief. It never robs you all at once, but piece by piece until nothing is left. Another cost is missed growth. When we avoid work, we also avoid learning. Skills are built through practice, not thinking. Each time you delay, you stop yourself from becoming better. Imagine learning guitar but never practicing. Imagine writing but never finishing a page. Laziness locks your growth in the same place forever. 1 month of laziness can freeze 1 year of progress. Success needs consistent effort, not excuses. Laziness damages self-respect when you say, I'll do it, but don't. You break trust with yourself. Over time, your brain stops believing in your own words. This creates a cycle. You don't start because you already expect failure. That cycle kills motivation before it begins. True strength comes from keeping promises, especially to yourself. Start with small wins. Even a tiny completed task can rebuild some. Relationships also suffer. When you are lazy, others notice. Friends may see you as unreliable. Coworkers may lose trust. Family may get frustrated. Laziness is not a private habit, it affects the people around you. Opportunities to connect, share, or grow together disappear. Respect from others is earned by action, not words. If laziness rules your life, people will distance themselves, leaving you alone with regret. Laziness costs health too. Staying in bed all day feels safe, but the body weakens. No movement means less energy. Poor sleep patterns form. Mental health suffers as guilt and anxiety grow. The body and mind are connected. Laziness harms both. Activity is fuel for happiness. Even a short walk can lift mood, while constant delay drags the mind into sadness. Laziness steals vitality, and vitality is the key to living fully. Most dangerous of all, laziness kills dreams silently. Dreams don't vanish in one day, they die slowly when we stop working on them. You may still hold the vision in your heart, but without action, it fades. Years later, you realize your dream has become only a memory. Laziness is not just about missing tasks. It is about losing the future you could have built. That is the real cost. So what can we do first? Admit the true cost. Don't sugarcoat it. See laziness as a debt that grows every day. Recognize what it has already stolen from you. Then, choose small actions to reverse it. Each step you take is not just progress, but also healing. Laziness wants you to believe change is impossible. Prove it wrong. You are stronger than a habit. Start now, before the cost grows larger. Chapter 3: Building Momentum. Success begins not with giant leaps, but with tiny steps. Imagine a heavy train starting to move, slow at first, then unstoppable. Your habits work the same way. One push feels useless, but each push adds power. Laziness survives only when you stop pushing. So, commit to one action daily. Even if small, repeat it. Soon, action feels natural, and laziness loses its grip. Momentum becomes your best friend. Momentum is built by consistency, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but consistency trains your brain to expect action. Like brushing teeth, you don't ask if you feel inspired, you just do it. Treat work the same way. Pick one non-negotiable task. Do it every day, no matter how you feel. Over weeks, it becomes automatic. Laziness has no chance when discipline turns into habit. Start ridiculously small. Want to exercise? Begin with one push-up. Want to write? Open your laptop and type a sentence. Your brain resists big tasks but accepts small ones. Once you start, you naturally continue. The hardest part is beginning, not continuing. Trick your mind by lowering the barrier. Tiny wins create momentum. A simple start today is worth more than perfect plans tomorrow. Momentum also depends on environment. If your room is messy, your mind feels heavy. Clean space, clean mind. If your phone distracts, place it far away. If friends drain your energy, limit time with them. Create surroundings that push you forward, not hold you back. Discipline grows easier when your environment supports it. Laziness thrives in chaos. Momentum grows in clarity. Shape your space wisely. Remember, you don't need to feel ready. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. The first step fuels the second, and soon momentum carries you. Athletes, writers, leaders, they all begin unsure, but they act anyway. Fear and laziness vanish once movement starts. The secret is simple. Do, don't wait. Each action you take plants seeds of progress. Keep pushing, and momentum will carry you further than you dreamed. Chapter 4: The Power of Routine. Routine is the backbone of progress. Without it, every day feels random, and laziness slips back. Think about people you admire. They don't wake up and guess what to do, they follow routines. Morning rituals, work habits, evening reflections. Routine is not boring, it is freedom. It saves energy because decisions are already made. Build a routine, and laziness has fewer doors to enter. Your brain loves patterns. When you repeat actions daily, your mind stores them as habits. Soon, effort feels lighter because your brain runs on autopilot. For example, if you read 10 minutes each morning, in weeks it feels natural. At first, routines feel forced, but keep repeating. Soon, they define your identity. You become the person who reads, the person who exercises, the person who creates. Start with simple anchors. Morning routine. Make your bed, drink water, stretch for 2 minutes. These actions tell your brain the day has started. Night routine. Turn off screens, reflect, plan tomorrow. Such anchors keep laziness away because they create order. Without routines, days feel chaotic. With them, you guide your energy. Step by step, routine builds a stronger version of yourself. The beauty of routine is compound growth. One healthy action repeated for months becomes a skill, a habit, a strength. Writing daily builds books. Exercising daily builds health. Learning daily builds wisdom. Laziness cannot compete with the silent power of small, repeated actions. Do not underestimate the quiet force of routine. It seems ordinary today, but becomes extraordinary tomorrow. Protect your routine fiercely. Distractions will try to steal it. Friends, social media, random plans, be careful. Say no often to say yes to your goals. Remember, routines shape destiny. If you allow laziness to break them, progress fades. But if you defend them, your life changes. Build routines that honor your future, not just your comfort. Every repeated action is a brick in your success. Chapter 5. Winning the Inner Battle. Laziness is not just about lying in bed or skipping tasks. It is an inner battle between comfort and growth. Comfort says, stay here, it's safe, it's easy. Growth whispers, move forward. It's hard now, but worth it later. Every day, you face this fight. The stronger voice wins. If you let comfort dominate, laziness becomes your master. If you choose growth, you shape your future. The battle begins in small choices. Do you press snooze or rise with the alarm? Do you scroll social media or read one page of a book? Small choices feel harmless, but they decide who wins. Each time you choose growth, your willpower strengthens. Each time you choose comfort, laziness grows stronger. Life is built on daily decisions, not rare, heroic moments. The little battles matter. Recognize the voice of laziness. It sounds kind. You deserve rest. Do it tomorrow. One more video, then work. But behind this sweet voice is delay, regret, and wasted time. Growth's voice is quieter. Do it now. Take the first step. Future, you will thank you. Train your ear to hear growth more clearly. Catch laziness when it whispers and replace it with courage. Victory in the inner battle comes from discipline. Discipline means doing what matters even when you don't feel like it. Feelings change daily. Motivation is like weather. Sunny one day, cloudy the next. Discipline is different. It's steady. It does not ask, do I feel like it? It simply acts. Build discipline, and you win the fight against laziness more often. Discipline beats mood. Celebrate each small victory. Waking up early, finishing a task, resisting distractions each is a win. These wins stack up like coins filling a jar. At first, the jar looks empty, but keep going. Over time, it overflows with strength and progress. Remember, laziness loses power each time you act. Every step forward is proof you are stronger than the excuses inside you. Chapter 6. Building Momentum. Momentum is the secret weapon against laziness. Starting is always the hardest part. The mind says, it's too much. It will take forever. But once you begin, energy grows. Imagine pushing a heavy rock. At first, it feels impossible. But after a few pushes, it rolls easier. Work is the same. Begin with one small action. Soon, momentum carries you, and laziness fades into silence. The trick is to lower the entry point. Don't aim for perfection or huge steps at first. Tell yourself, I'll just do 5 minutes. Open the book, write one sentence, clean one corner. Once you start, your brain hates to stop midway. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. It pushes you to finish what you began. Small starts create big progress. Action creates momentum. Momentum is like fire. At first, you need effort to light a spark, but once the fire grows, it feeds itself. Consistent action is the fuel. Even on low-energy days, do something small to keep the fire alive. Skipping completely makes the flame weak. Protect your momentum like treasure. 1 step a day is better than 10 steps followed by nothing. Consistency wins. Avoid the trap of restarting. Many people begin with passion, stop for days, then try again. Each restart feels heavier than the last. It is like pushing the rock from the bottom every time. Instead, keep your rock moving daily. It doesn't need to roll fast. Just keep it rolling. Momentum saves energy. Laziness thrives on long breaks, but discipline thrives on steady flow. Chapter 7. Discipline over motivation. Many wait for motivation before acting. But motivation is like the weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy. If you depend only on it, progress is unstable. Discipline is stronger. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. Think of brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation every day. It's habit. Build your work and goals in the same way. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline says, it must be done. Discipline doesn't care about mood. That's why successful people rely on discipline more than excitement. Athletes train even on tired days. Writers write even when inspiration is low. Students study even when sleepy. These acts of discipline separate dreamers from achievers. Discipline is freedom disguised as effort. To grow discipline, design systems. Don't trust willpower alone, it is weak. Create routines, set alarms, block distractions. If you want to exercise, prepare your shoes the night before. If you want to study, put your phone away. Systems remove excuses. Each time you follow the system, discipline strengthens. Each time you skip, laziness grows. Discipline is built through repetition, not feelings. Discipline feels heavy at first, like chains. But soon, those chains turn into wings. When habits are strong, actions become automatic. You don't struggle to start, you simply do. This automatic mode saves energy for bigger challenges. Instead of wasting time on should I or not, you simply act. Discipline gives you stability while motivation comes and goes. It is your anchor. Remember, motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. Sparks can light the fire, but without the engine moving, the fire dies quickly. Use motivation when it comes, but never depend fully on it. Discipline keeps the wheel turning every single day. With discipline, you don't wait for the right mood. You create progress on demand. That is true power. Chapter 8. The Power of Small Wins. Big goals can feel scary. When you dream of losing 20 kilos, starting a business, or mastering English, the mountain looks too high. Fear whispers, it's impossible. That's why small wins matter. Small wins are daily victories. Reading 5 pages, running 10 minutes, finishing 1 task. They may look tiny, but they add up. Small wins break the mountain into steps. making the journey possible. Psychologists call this the progress principle. Your brain feels happy when it sees progress, even small progress. This happiness builds momentum. Think of a game. Each level passed excites you to play again. Life works the same. Each small win is a level cleared. Celebrate it. Smile after finishing that one page. Be proud of every drop of effort. They keep you moving forward. Small wins fight laziness because they remove pressure. Instead of "I must study for 3 hours," try "I will study for 10 minutes. Often, once you start, you keep going longer. Action creates energy. But even if you stop after 10 minutes, you still won. Small wins are flexible. They don't overwhelm. They make consistency realistic. They are the hidden engine behind long-term change. The secret is to track them. Use a notebook, calendar, or app. Check off each tiny step daily. Each checkmark is proof. I did something today. Over time, these marks form a chain of progress. Soon, you'll hate breaking the chain. This visual reward strengthens habit. Small wins plus tracking equals motivation multiplied. You will realize how much can change in just 1 month. Never underestimate a small win. A seed looks weak, yet grows into a tree. Drops of water fill an ocean. One small win per day creates a future you never thought possible. If you feel lazy, don't chase giant leaps. Chase the smallest step you can take today, then repeat tomorrow. Slowly, without noticing, you'll wake up one day and realize you already climbed the mountain. Chapter 9: Turning Laziness into Energy. Laziness is not always the enemy. Sometimes it is a signal. Your body may need rest, or your mind may need clarity. Ignoring this can make you weaker. But if you listen carefully, laziness can guide you. It whispers, "Find a smarter way." Instead of fighting laziness, turn it into energy. Use it as fuel to simplify tasks, to discover shortcuts, and to work with more creativity. Many inventions were born from lazy people looking for easier solutions. The remote control, the washing machine, even elevators came from this mindset. How can I save effort? Laziness transformed into creativity becomes efficiency. Ask yourself, how can I do this task in less time, with less stress, but with equal or better results? Suddenly, laziness stops being weakness, becomes strategy. But here's the danger. Laziness without direction becomes wasted time. Endless scrolling, gaming, or sleeping without purpose drains your future. The key is balance. Rest when your body asks, but then channel the energy into useful action. If you feel too lazy to read 20 pages, read 2. If you can't run 5 kilometers, walk 1. Laziness should not stop progress, it should redirect progress. Transforming laziness into energy requires honesty. Ask yourself, am I tired or am I avoiding effort? If tired, rest. If avoiding, break the task smaller. Laziness hates big mountains but can handle little steps. Turn every excuse into action. Too lazy to write an essay. Write 1 sentence. Too lazy to exercise. Stretch for 2 minutes. Small actions melt laziness, like sunlight melting ice. So do not see laziness as a curse. See it as raw energy waiting to be shaped. When controlled, it drives creativity and rest. When uncontrolled, it kills dreams. The choice is yours. You can let laziness chain you, or you can use it to design smarter ways to win. Remember, laziness is not the end. It is just a signal, and if you master it, you master yourself. Big goals often scare us. They look like mountains, impossible to climb. This fear makes us delay, avoid, or give up. But the truth is, no mountain is climbed in one step. Success is built on small wins. A single glass of water in the morning, a 5-minute walk, writing one sentence, these are victories. They seem tiny, but over time, they grow. Small wins create momentum, and momentum beats laziness. Imagine pushing a heavy car. At first, it feels stuck, impossible to move. But if you push just a little, again and again, the wheels start rolling. That's what small wins do. They break resistance. Once you move, you keep moving. Laziness loses its grip because progress feels good. Progress is addictive. The brain rewards you with dopamine when you finish even the smallest task. This chemical gift pushes you forward. Small wins are not only actions, they are proof. Proof that you are capable, even if the step is small. Each little victory whispers, "See, you can do it." This builds confidence. Confidence kills doubt, and when doubt dies, laziness follows. The problem with most people is they wait for motivation to act. But small wins show a secret. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Here is a trick. Celebrate small wins. Don't wait for the big goal to feel proud. Finished reading one page. Smile. Cooked one healthy meal. Celebrate. Walked instead of scrolling. Congratulate yourself. This is not arrogance, it is strategy. The brain loves reward. When you celebrate small wins, your brain links effort with pleasure. Suddenly, progress is not pain, it is joy. Remember this. Laziness hates progress, but it fears momentum. Once you gather momentum with small wins, laziness cannot stop you. It becomes weaker each day. So stop staring at the mountain. Stop dreaming about the final glory. Instead, take the smallest step today. Drink that water, write that line, do that push-up. Small wins are not small. They are the seeds of greatness. Plant them daily and watch your life transform. Chapter 11, The Trap of Waiting for Motivation. Many people say, "I will start when I feel motivated." But this is a trap. If you wait for motivation, you will wait forever. Motivation is not a bus that arrives on time. It is like the wind, unpredictable, weak, and short. Real progress does not depend on waiting. Real progress comes from building habits, from discipline, from acting even when you don't feel like it. Think about brushing your teeth. Do you feel motivated every night? No. You do it because it is habit. Motivation may appear after you start, but action must come first. Waiting is just another form of laziness, painted with good excuses. I will do it tomorrow. I am not ready yet. These words feel safe, but they kill your future. Success begins when you stop waiting and start moving. Action creates energy. Imagine lying in bed, lazy and heavy. The moment you stand up and walk, your body wakes. The same is true for the mind. Do one task, even a small one, and suddenly motivation grows. That's the secret. Motivation is not the cause, it is the effect. People who act first enjoy motivation later. People who wait for it never move. Which one will you choose? Discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. Sparks come and go, but engines keep running. If you rely only on sparks, your journey will stop every time the fire fades. But with discipline, you keep moving, no matter how you feel. And here's the magic. Once you move, the spark returns. Action fuels emotion. Effort feeds energy. So next time you say, "I don't feel like it," remember this truth. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to start. Open the book, tie your shoes, turn off the phone. Small actions kill excuses. Once you move, you win. Laziness loses when you act without waiting for mood. Greatness belongs not to those who feel motivated, but to those who act even without it. Chapter 12, Building Habits That Stick. Motivation fades, but habits last. A habit is like a path in the forest. At first, it is difficult to walk because the grass is tall and thick. But the more you walk, the clearer the path becomes. Soon, it feels natural. This is the power of habits. Once you create them, they guide your life without much effort. The problem is starting. But once started, the habit carries you forward. Every big achievement is built on small habits. Reading 10 minutes a day builds knowledge. Writing a page a day creates a book in a year. Exercising 3 times a week builds a healthy body. These actions look small, even too small to matter. But repeated over months, they grow into something powerful. Habits multiply results. That is why successful people protect their habits carefully. How do you build habits? Start small. Do not aim for 2 hours of work if you cannot even do 5 minutes. Begin with 1 push-up, 1 page, 1 paragraph. The brain loves small wins. They give you confidence. Once the action is easy, increase it slowly. Growth is not about giant steps. Growth is about steady steps that never stop. Small habits turn into strong routines. Another secret is environment. Your surroundings shape your actions more than you realize. If your phone is near, you will scroll. If your desk is clean and your book is open, you will read. Don't fight your willpower every day. Change your environment. Remove temptations, make good habits easy, and bad habits hard. This is smarter than simply telling yourself, be strong. Finally, track your progress. A habit feels stronger when you see it grow. Mark a calendar, use an app, or write in a notebook. Each check mark is a small victory, proof that you are building something bigger than laziness. The chain of days becomes too valuable to break. This is how habits stick, by starting small, shaping your environment, and celebrating progress every step. Chapter 13, The Final Push. Every journey must end, but endings are only doors to new beginnings. Laziness has been our enemy, but also our teacher. We've seen how comfort traps us, how small actions matter, and how discipline rewires the brain. Now, in this final chapter, let's tie everything together and prepare for the road ahead. This is not about perfection, it is about persistence, the will to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps are. Think back to Chapter 1, when we described the trap of laziness. You saw yourself in those moments, scrolling endlessly, promising to start tomorrow, letting time slip away. But you also learned that laziness is not your identity. It is only a pattern, and any pattern can be broken. With awareness and courage, you already made the first crack in that cycle. That's something powerful, something worth celebrating today. Through each chapter, you gathered tools. You learned about routines, habits, focus, and the strength of small actions. You saw that energy grows when you move, and clarity comes when you act. Laziness loses power the moment you decide to stand up, take one breath, and do the thing. Success is not built in giant leaps, but in steady steps, repeated with patience. These lessons are your armor against the whispers of procrastination. But motivation is fragile if it stands alone. What truly transforms your life is commitment. Motivation can fade, but commitment stays even on hard days. Commitment is what makes you show up when you don't feel like it. It's the voice inside that says, I made a promise to myself, and I will keep it. If you want lasting change, shift from chasing feelings to building systems. So discipline carries you when motivation is weak. And remember, no one wins this battle perfectly. You will stumble. There will be lazy mornings, wasted afternoons, and moments of regret. But those moments do not erase your progress. Each time you rise again, you become stronger. Failure is not the end. It is the training ground. Treat every slip knot as proof you are weak, but as practice in resilience. Stand up quicker each time, and soon laziness won't hold the same power. And remember, no one wins this battle perfectly. You will stumble. There will be lazy mornings, wasted afternoons, and moments of regret. But those moments do not erase your progress. Each time you rise again, you become stronger. Failure is not the end. It is the training ground. Treat every slip knot as proof you are weak, but as practice in resilience. Stand up quicker each time, and soon laziness won't hold the same power. And remember, no one wins this battle perfectly. You will stumble. There will be lazy mornings, wasted afternoons, and moments of regret. But those moments do not erase your progress. Each time you rise again, you become stronger. Failure is not the end. It is the training ground. Treat every slip knot as proof you are weak, but as practice in resilience. Stand up quicker each time, and soon laziness won't hold the same power. Now, let's think bigger. Your effort is not just for today. It's for your future self, the one who will thank you for starting now. Imagine yourself 5 years ahead. Who do you want to be? Stronger, wiser, living with confidence, or stuck, wishing you had acted earlier? Every choice you make today shapes that version of you. Choose wisely. Build the future you dream of, not by luck, but by daily, consistent action. This entire journey has been about taking ownership. You are not a victim of laziness, nor of circumstances. You have the power to rewrite your story. Start small, repeat daily, and stay patient. One day, you'll look back and realize you are no longer the same person. You'll see progress where there once was hesitation. You'll see results where there once was excuses. That is the quiet miracle of consistent effort. And here is the final truth. Nobody else can do this for you. Friends can inspire you, mentors can guide you, and books can teach you. But in the end, you must press play on your life. You must pick yourself up when you don't feel like it. Laziness is not destroyed in theory, it is defeated in action. So don't just listen to these words, live them, test them, put them into practice today, not tomorrow. So let this chapter be your turning point. Don't leave this video the same person you entered. Stand up, take a deep breath, and promise yourself, I will no longer let laziness define me. I choose action. I choose growth. I choose discipline. Keep that promise alive by starting with one simple step today. Do something small right after this video ends. That action is the seed of your transformation.